guys, Kelli Stewart here. Thought we would talk for a few minutes about what just happened at the Capitol. I'm not going to be able to look at the phone much because I'm driving, but let's talk about what just happened. So we go up to the Capitol today. I was hoping to be up at the Capitol this morning at 8 a.m. and then a bunch of other patriots deterred me and said, it's just going to be a flag wave. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to stand up and get into the building and defend their rights to be there. So I was like, well, we got a bunch of other stuff we're doing on our side of the bridge. And I don't check in on my phone till after 11 when I see Wendy's video and I see a standing army blocking them from getting into the Capitol building. And it took me a good 45 minutes to be able to get out the door. I wasn't there until almost 1 o'clock. And I was anticipating more people being there, like more people were showing up. It was a call to action. You know, people said they're going to occupy the grounds of the Capitol. They're going to get in during the special session. They have a right to be there. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a big deal. People are getting punched in the face, thrown, like we got to get down there, all hands on deck, right? That's what we do. We run into the fire when we see the flames, and we go stand with people. So we get there, and I hear that the patriots have negotiated with the police, and the police have told them if they stay out of the road, the police will leave. And the patriots all said, that's fair. Right? We negotiate with terrorists now, apparently. Like, literally, the people keeping you out of your special session, keeping you out of a building that they are constitutionally bound to let you in. But they're going to keep you out. But okay, fine, whatever, let's negotiate. I was being probably a little mouthy about it. I was kind of annoyed. I was live here on John's page feeling like, you know, I asked multiple people. I went onto multiple threads and said, you guys, is this an active call to action? Are people standing? And everybody said yes. There's hundreds of people down here. Get down here, get down here. Occupying the Capitol, our building. So I get down there. So about an hour after I get there, BJ and his crew show up from Redmond area. Took them hours to get there too. And there's nothing going on. There's all of 40 people left, and we're all standing in our First Amendment zone like a bunch of cattle. And on the way down there, I had messaged my group in my area, and I said, hey, they said everybody's pissed. The cops are punching people in the face and macing them. And I said, you know, I might actually be able to burn a blue line flag, because I think the blue line flag is an absolute violation of our country. Hands down, you're going to be a law enforcement, you wave the flag of that country and you defend the people. You don't have your own flag, your own qualified immunity, your own police union that you're there for. No, you're there for the American people. You wave the American flag. I do not respect the blue line flag. The blue line murdered Lavoy Finicum and Jack Yantis, and they shot Jeff Winehouse twice in the face, twice in the chest, trying to kill him when he was just trying to expose corruption going on in Missouri. Go ahead and Google Jeff Winehouse. He got 30 years in jail for the crime the Missouri police committed against him. Egregious. Egregious. Disgusting. Horrific. No, I don't respect the blue line flag. I respect people. I respect people of good character who defend each other's rights. I defend people's rights to wave the blue line flag. It's their flag. In fact, people have it at events I'm at all the time. I respect that. Hey, I don't like the flag, but I respect your right to wave it. So we decide to go on a walk, and I said, hey, I want to go talk to one of the Oregon State Patrol, and I want to take a blue line flag, and I want to burn it in front of them. It's my First Amendment right. And after all, that Oregon State Patrol might be the one who killed Lavoy Finicum. Casey Cotting was one. They never gave us the names. We had to figure out Casey's on our own through court. They never gave us the names of the other officer who shot Lavoy Finicum in the back like a bunch of cowards. So I thought, this is a good day. I can finally burn a blue line flag and say, you murdered my friend. One day you will stand in judgment. You will stand before God if you do not repent and turn from your ways. And stand with the people and defend your oath and defend all lives. That is their job. I wouldn't support somebody shooting a cop in the back. I wouldn't support somebody shooting Antifa in the back. I wouldn't support somebody shooting a patriot in the back. I wouldn't support somebody shooting a Muslim in the back. Why would I support somebody shooting Lavoy Finicum in the back? I know some of you guys have forgotten, but I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten. Lavoy woke me up. I have not forgotten. I don't want revenge. I want repentance from Casey Cotting and the other officer who shot Lavoy Finicum. So we're standing around at the doors. We go for a walk, and I say, hang on, I'm going to buy two blue line flags. Not thinking that there will be any issue or resistance whatsoever from anybody. Nobody says a word. Great, we go up to the back door, and we're standing at the back door of the Capitol, and the cops are lined up. They've got their ARs and their AKs, and they're all geared up. And there's a difference in the way people talk to police. Everybody talks to them in a different way, okay? When they're pointing guns at people, when they have their hands in the position like they are ready to shoot, I don't have a lot of respect for that. And I'm not going to stand there and beg for mercy and go, please, officers, please honor your oath. Honor your oath, and pretend that they have been honoring their oath. They haven't been honoring their oath. They haven't been honoring their oath for a long time. We've been on lockdown for almost a freaking year. Who's patrolling the streets? Who's keeping the people on lockdown? Who's protecting the tyrants? You know what suicide rates have done this year? They have gone through the roof. They have gone through the roof, America. Why? Because there are law enforcers who will do the bidding of the tyrants. That's why. Those officers broke their oath today, like they do just about every other day. Like they did when they shot Jackie Entis, like they did when they shot Philando Castile and Alton Sterling and Breonna Taylor and Lavoy Finicum and Jeff Winehouse. What about Daniel Shaver? Do all you forget that they're also killing white people too in hotel rooms who don't crawl the way that they want them to crawl? And they shoot them in the face and they murder them, and they are acquitted of all wrongdoing. Did Daniel Shaver's life matter? What about that homeless man? I can't remember his last name. His first name was Kelly. That they shot repeatedly. America, it is time to wake up. This is the standing army our founders warned us about. Do I hate them? No. No, but do I want to hold them accountable? Yes. Do I want to see them get due process? Yes. And be held accountable for their crimes against humanity? Yes. 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 Because that's just and that's right. That's called loving this country. That's called loving my neighbor. That's called not being an idol worshiper of uniforms. You know how many of you people said today, so I walk off, right? I go, okay, I'm done. We're just standing here yelling at the door, whatever. I go, I'm going to go see if I can find an Oregon State Patrol officer to burn the flag in front of. Let him know it's my First Amendment right to do it. Maybe even have some dialogue with him about what his oath is and who Lavoy Finicum was. Okay, there's none. They've all gone in. Okay, whatever. I go, I'll just go stand in front of the street. I have two. I'll do it in front of the Capitol. That's something, right? And I try to light it on fire. Nobody follows me except for two individuals that I've never met before. Seemed very peaceable. They were filming. There were people at the beginning. Everybody said, Antifa's here. Antifa's here. Oh, stop it. All y'all with your freaking idol worship. You see a man in badge and uniform who literally can kill you and get away with it, and you fall prostrate in worship. But then you see somebody in black and you go, oh, Antifa's here. Oh, what's an Antifa? What's it doing? Oh, let's see. They're just standing there being peaceable. Okay, this is America, right? You defend all people's rights, right? There's like armed people all around us, guys. There's one person. Come on. Focus. You got 1,000 cops that have kept you out of your special session with your legislators. Focus, people. So these two individuals individuals follow me and they're filming. Great. And I do my own live stream. And some freaking bootlickers from across the street come running over, assault me, physically assault me, rip the flag out of my hand, steal it, freaking out, literally losing their damn heads, like somebody just raped their sister. They are losing their heads over this. Then they end up stealing the other individual's gimbal. It was probably $200, and they take off. And then I see a bunch of comments. John calls, and I'm talking to him as I'm driving home. People saying, Kelli, those people are communists. Kelli, why are you standing with them? First of all, I'm standing out in public. I'm standing with a whole bunch of people I don't know. And I was standing next to people who had Trump flags on. You know, I voted for Trump in 16, and I said in 16 when he banned bump stocks, increased asset forfeiture, said that red flag laws were okay, take the guns first, due process later. I'm sorry, but I thought that was treason against our country. But you know what? I stood there with people with Trump flags. I don't care. That's their right. I was standing in the middle of a group of militia, 3%. Apparently these other two are I'm told are Antifa or communists, whatever. There's cops inside the building who are the Gestapo for the communists. Whatever. I don't care. I don't ask people who I'm standing next to. Now, can you tell me your beliefs? Let's just sit and argue about everything. What do you think about abortion? What do you think about gay rights? What do you think about Biden? What do you think about bump stocks? No, I don't sit there and do that. It's not. I don't care. I'm out there to protest my government. That's what I showed up for, is to protest my government. And part of my protest was infringed upon by a bunch of assholes carrying American flags. A bunch of dictators carrying American flags. Waving my country's flag. Violating my rights to protest. Assaulting me. Stealing private property, which I would never condone doing against them. And then people want to sit here and pick apart the peaceable individual I was standing next to and say, oh, you were standing next to a communist. No, you know who the communist was? The asshole who stole my flag. Yeah, I'm pissed. We're losing our country. And I can't even practice my First Amendment rights out in public because of a bunch of freaking nationalist bootlickers are going to steal my private property. And then complain because of who I'm standing next to, who followed me out to film me that I've never seen before, but was totally peaceable. And people say, oh, no, Kelli. No, Kelli, you don't know. That person's a communist. The Oregon State Patrol officer who murdered Lavoie was probably in that damn building! Represented by the blue line flag! Don't you tell me I was standing next to a communist! I'm paying the bills of the communists as they murder our people in the streets! And you fight and you shed blood over their flag. Our people are being hauled off to jail, shot, killed, businesses destroyed, and you still worship that flag. They don't love law. They don't defend people's rights. They're paid to step on our faces, and you fall in worship of them. Veterans who say they fought. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. Veterans who say they fought for this country should have been protecting my rights to protest today. Otherwise, you didn't fight for this country to live free. You fought to be a dictator like Governor Kate Brown and Governor Inslee. You just became everything you said you were fighting today. Congratulations, patriots. I will proudly stand next to anybody who is standing peaceably and defending the rights of your neighbor. I don't care who you are. I will defend the rights of Casey Cotting to have due process. The HRT officer who murdered an American hero. I would not rip his flag out of his hands. You guys just became, those of you who were down there supporting that, everything you say you're fighting for, and I want nothing to do with your idol worship. What is it going to take, America, for people to start standing up? For people to realize that you are equals to your neighbor and you are not equals to your government. They have qualified immunity. They can shoot you in the back. They can shoot you in the back, and your neighbors have to pay the lawsuit when your family sues for the wrongful death. And they suffer nothing. Casey Cotting murdered his first individual, and then was elevated to being sergeant, and then went on to murder Lavoy Finicum. So you wave your blue line flags. You look at people and you judge people like that person down there standing next to me today because of what they were wearing. But you won't hold your own government accountable when they're wearing the uniform. You look at all uniforms and you worship them, all blue line flags, and you worship them, and you look at all people dressed in black and you say they're my enemy. I judge individual people based on their character and their behavior, and I want due process for the ones that violate my rights. Because I love this country, and I love what our founders fought and died for, and I love what the American flag used to stand for. I don't love a dictator. I don't love a tyrant. You want to know what all police officers have in common? Every one of them has qualified immunity and a police uniform that will fight to the tooth to protect them if they shoot you in the back or violate your rights. Some of them are nice. All of them have the same qualified immunity and can kill me if I so much as move the wrong way. Tell me when the last time Antifa had such privileges, or communists, or my neighbors walking on the streets. We are all equal peasants to these servants, to these masters. So for those of you who want to judge me for standing next to somebody who was peaceable and who was principled and who was not causing any problems, now maybe they caused problems yesterday, I don't know. I'm not there to judge. Maybe half of the patriots were viewing pornography and cheating on their wives yesterday. I don't give a damn. I wasn't there to ask people questions about what they did yesterday. I was there to protest my government. I didn't know we had to scan people and ask them questions before we could stand next to them on the streets. That's what we become? You bunch of contact tracers, that's what you are? You're going to question everybody and ask them who they've been around and what their life is? I'm not going to fit into your boxes. I've never fit into anybody's box. I didn't fit in anybody's box in 2016 when I came out defending the patriots who were arrested, and all my conservative friends said, oh, you're supporting a bunch of domestic terrorists who occupy federal buildings and point guns at law enforcement. And I didn't judge each one of them based on the character of their neighbor. And I defended all of their rights to due process, even the ones I didn't like, even the ones I didn't care for, even the ones who went to the refuge with really bad intent and did drugs and screwed people up in the towers. I defended their rights too when they were sitting in jail because they had the right to due process. But now look at how the tables have turned. Now all those same people are turning, saying, oh, anybody who dresses in black, you shouldn't stand with them. Well, I'm not going to fit into your box. I'm going to keep my eyes focused. Not on my neighbor, but on my government that I'm called to hold accountable. I'll call a criminal a criminal. A criminal is anybody who violates the rights of somebody else. And those assholes today were a bunch of criminals. Criminals. They assaulted a woman. They stole from her. Then they intimidated. The one said, "I've got a gun, I will shoot you." The one in the brown jacket, "I've got a gun, I will shoot you." Oh, please let me stand in line next to you next time, buddy. I would be proud to stand next to you. I don't think so. A criminal is anybody who violates the rights of their neighbor. And a Christian or a patriot is anybody who defends the innocent. Who defends people's rights. I've been saying for a long time I would stand next to anybody whose rights were violated. And when 3 men got on that one individual that was standing next to me and completely attacked him, what did I do? I stood in between them, because that's what an American does. We defend the innocent. Harm none, protect all. That's what our sheriffs used to do. They don't do that anymore. Our police don't do that. They protect the tyrants. They protect the legislators who are violating the people's rights. Harm none, protect all. And I'll continue doing that. You guys can badmouth me however you want. It doesn't matter how it ends. It matters how you stand. And you tell me today whose rights were violated by me burning my blue line flag that I purchased with my money. Well, your feelings got hurt? Your feelings got hurt because somebody was going to burn their own property? Yeah, big tough guys out there getting their feelers hurt by the First Amendment. Even after they were kicked in the face today by the blue line. And I would still defend their rights if somebody came after they stole my flag and started beating the crap out of them. I would have switched sides and stood in front of those assholes and not taken pleasure in watching them be attacked. You guys can judge me however you want. I don't give a damn. I'm going to keep standing. I'm going to keep being me. I'm going to keep not fitting into your stupid factions on all sides. And maybe one of these days, those in the middle will gain a little bit of ground. And the assholes on the left and the right will figure out that we're being played against each other. And we'll finally decide to take a stand and take our country back. God bless you guys, and God bless America.